The title of today's talk is The Full Technology of Dr. Nerenberg's Mind-Body Workout System. The full technology of Dr. Nerenberg's Mind-Body Workout System. It's the full technology as of today, because it keeps changing. A week from now, 2 weeks from now, it could be different. A year ago, it was different. It keeps expanding. We're going to go into the whole power thought system, and I make a very bold claim that unless you master the 4 power thoughts that we presented in today's seminar, it's impossible, totally impossible, for you to lead a contented, happy life. It would be totally impossible without these 4 power thoughts to become a positive and constructive person. Totally impossible. Without these power thoughts, you could be productive, you might even become rich, you may have a beautiful spouse, beautiful car, but you will never achieve happiness, you will never achieve contentment, you will never achieve true joy without these 4 power thoughts. And without them, you will be plagued with negativity. You will live in dark caves for a good part of your life without what I teach you today. Very bold claim. Very bold indeed. And when I present it to you, it's my intention to ask you whether you think that a claim is justified. As in my mind, there's absolutely no doubt. Now, as with all knowledge, it's inspired by the grace of God. I worked out the technology, but the great holy ones of all times gave the bigger ideas, and I've applied it psychologically. Been inspired in ways to do this and find my way to do this. A couple of basic questions, and I'm going to ask you one now. What is the greatest benefit that a person could hope for? The greatest benefit in terms of the quality of the benefit and the quantity of it. The greatest benefit. A person might say money, and it could be, it's no question it's a great benefit, but also it could lead to, if you're not mature, it could lead to using it unwisely for drugs and attracting undesirable elements just who want to use you for the money, or if you have an inheritance after you pass, the beneficiaries may squabble and fight over it. It could lead to damage. But so money definitely can be a great benefit, no question about it. And closely associated with benefit has to do with pleasure. Not just physical pleasure, emotional, spiritual pleasure. And when something's a benefit, it'll reduce pain, emotional, spiritual, and physical pain. Then you say it's a benefit. It increases my enjoyment of life. You say it's a benefit. If it reduces your enjoyment of life, you say it was a liability. We know that the sensory enjoyment, the sensory pleasure is great. You eat a wonderful fruit, a dessert, ice cream, whatever, you enjoy it. But it lasts maybe 30 seconds. So you can say it was a benefit, but it maybe has some bad effects health-wise, and you only taste it for a little while. Some people might think sex, well, sex for half hour, an hour, whatever, and then there's another 23 hours of the day. So it's a benefit, but you enjoyed it, but it's limited in terms of the sensory enjoyment. It's definitely pleasurable and a benefit, but it's limited. Person might say, well, the spiritual, I will read scripture. This is of true benefit. And that's great. You read the scripture, but as with most things in life, we read these things and we forget them. We say, oh, this is wonderful. We look at it, and 2 weeks later, a month later, we don't even remember we read it. So it certainly was of limited benefit because we're not living it and we're not remembering it. Basically, Dr. Nerenberg's Mind-Body Workout System is a way to remember your priorities. It's a way to remember your priorities and to be able to live those priorities, because you cannot live a fulfilled life without living in accordance with whatever your priorities are. You want a good family life. You want to be able to have a good education. You want a nice house. Whatever it is you're working towards, you want a good relationship. Whatever you're working towards, whatever really matters to you, whatever your priority is, not my priority, but whatever your priority is,